Hello guys, it is Fox and welcome to another EDH video. So the 2017 Commander decks came out a couple weeks ago. I opened all 4 of them, and my favorite, obviously, was... where's he? Right here. Cats! Arahbo! Meow loudly of the world. And I'm going to try very hard to say world and not wild, because I'm constantly confusing him with Marath. This was my favorite Catmander. I'll shut up now. Actually, no, I won't. He was my favorite commander to build around. I did keep the other 4 stock for a while, and then I gutted them for resources. I only kept Arahbo built, and then I upgraded it, and that's what this video is. This is going to be me showing you my upgraded version of this deck. I like it the most. I kept it tribal, don't worry, but I just upgraded the mana base a lot. I added some equipments. I added a couple cats that weren't in here that surprised me. And some removal and ramp, and you'll see. So Arahbo, Roar, aka Meowing Loudly of the World. His Eminence trigger happens from the command zone or the battlefield, and it gives +3/+3 to any target cat until end of turn, before combat. I believe it's before combat, at the beginning of combat, yeah. Sorry, it's at the beginning of combat, not before combat. And then when he's on the field, whenever another cat you control attacks, you may pay 1 green/white. If you do, it gains +X/+X, where X is his power, and trample. And that can be done once per cat, I believe. I don't think you can do it twice. And if you can, please tell me, because I would have won a game that way. Yay. Let's begin with this one Planeswalker I'm running. I have to run a Johnny, and I'm only running one, a Mentor of Heroes. I don't have a Johnny... what's the fucking one? I think it's the one from Lorwyn that actually makes tokens and gives +1/+1 counters. But this one is pretty good. It lets you look for other cats, and then you can also give +1 counters. And if you want, you can just gain 100 life if they let you. I've done it before. It's really fun. Forgot to do mana base. Actually, we'll do the mana base. So this I updated a lot. The mana bases in the commander decks were pretty bad. Excuse me, I'm burpy. The Dragon was probably the worst mana base. It had... oh god, it was bad. So obviously I had to go crazy on that. I added full art lands because they are structurally more sound than normal basic lands. That is a fact. Prove me wrong. Fight me. I bet you won't. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8 of planes, and I believe 8 forests too. So 2, I can't grab it. 2, 4, 6, 8. So you have 8 forests, 8 planes. You can run more. It's 2 color. Quite honestly, you could just run basic lands and you'll be fine. Some utility lands would help, but it's a 2 color deck. You're very rarely going to be starved for 1 color of mana, and if you are, you built the mana base wrong. So some double color lands. We have Canopy Vista, Windswept Heath. I only play on color fetch lands. I kept in Elfhame Palace because I don't have a Temple Garden. This is my proxy Temple Garden. Not really a proxy Temple Garden. I'm using it as an Elfhame Palace, but when I get a Temple Garden, this is going to come out for it. I just love the art. I love that art. Temple of Plenty, one of the few tapped lands, along with Stirring Wildwood. It's a man land, so it works, and then the scry ability usually is more helpful than it hurts. Sunpetal Grove, Sungrass Prairie, Scattered Groves. There are more double color lands you can run, like Savannah if you have it, but I don't have any others until I get some more. That's what I got. Cavernous Souls, it's a tribal deck. You kind of want to have a Cavernous Souls in here, despite the fact that this card costs a lot of money. I just have another one. Command Beacon, which I think is neat. Path of Ancestry, I'm going to leave in for a little bit. Not a huge fan of it, but again, Scry really does help. Desbian Stage, Rogue's Passage, because this is a Voltron deck. You want to have unblockable stuff. Opal Palace, because sometimes you want to attack with your 5/5 and make them a 6/6, 7/7, 8/8, or 9/9 if you've cast them a lot. Terramorphic Expanse, as well as Evolving Wilds, which were in the deck. I believe I kept these in. These are not in the Dragon deck, which is why I think that mana base is absolute shit. Command Tower, for obvious reasons. Temple of False God. Look at her splashing across the ocean. I forgot who... Kiora. There, Kiora. Mosswort Bridge. Love this card. This was in the deck. Respect that. And I kept the Tranquil Thicket and Secluded Step. You can add the green and white deserts, respectively. They're good. I like cycle lands. They are very, very helpful. Alright, so let's go on to some sorceries. I kept in Soul Majesty. It's a good draw spell. I think it's worthy of being here. Also, that is a cat spirit. And cat spirits, as we all know, claw your face to death. Harmonize for more draw. Cultivate for ramp. Route I kept in here because it's a Wrath. And then I added a Wrath. Explosive Veg for more ramp. Open the Armory because this is running equipment and you want to have equipment searches. And Traverse the Outlands is in here because this card is damn good. It searches for X basic lands where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Voltron. My creatures can sometimes be really, really big, and this can help me get out all my basic lands. I love it, and it's nice. Something I should be running in here is Open the Armory. Not Open the Armory, sorry, Steel Shaper's Gift. I don't have an extra one. When I do, it is definitely going in here. Probably gonna take out the Soul's Majesty, just because it's kind of awkward and expensive. So I got in here Removal, which this deck badly needed, Swords to Plowshare, and Path to Exile. I kept in Kindred Summons because it's tribal and this card's really fun. Cat Sun Zenith for obvious cat jokes. Sylvan Reclamation I added here, and I took out the Destroy Enchantment or Flying Creature, and I think Slice and Twain. I don't remember. I think this one's better than that, as well as Return of Dust. I think these are better than those two cards, so I took them out and added in slightly better ones. This basic land cycling actually comes in super handy when it's in your opening hand and you are top decking for mana. Alright, so enchantments, I put it in O-Ring, but I kept in the Mirari's Wake and Zendikar Resurgent because they're mana doublers and they're really, really good. Especially with cat tokens, Mirari's Wake is broken. This is obvious. O-Ring is in here for some more removal that doesn't discriminate on creatures. Cats. So for the most part, the cats are the same, so I won't go into detail about the cats that I kept in here. So I kept in Tajnar, Kemba, Spirit of the Heart, Alms Collector. They're just good. You know, this is basically the Rec Sage of the deck. Mirror Entity. He's a cat. Motherfuckers, he's a cat. He's a changeling. He's everything. He is everything and knows everything except how to make a good Danish. But yes, Mirror Entity. He is fantastic if I have a lot of cat tokens, or if I just have a lot of creatures on the field. I can make them giant things, especially when you combine it with Mirari's Wake. They are really, really good together. I kept her in here because she's amazing. You could totally build a deck around her as is. I love this card. Timur Sabertooth, Gamineer, Relic Weller, Hungry Lynx, because it's great and I love it. Wish I had 7 in the deck. Balan Wandering Knight, he is an amazing card. He attaches all equipments, which there are a lot, to him, and then you could swing for Big Dick Balan. I put in a white main line in here, which wasn't in here, and I was surprised about that. This card is fantastic, and it totally lends itself to the deck. Also, it was already in a commander set, so why didn't you put it in tribal? I'm going to calm down. When it comes into play, it does a similar effect to Timur Sabertooth, where you can bounce a creature that's very important back to your hand, so at least it doesn't get wrathed or destroyed. Granted, you lose a 2-2, but, you know, you just lose a 2-2. Leonard Arbiter's in here, Giselle Goldmane, Raksha, Golden Cub. He is something you could probably take out, but he's fun in the meantime. Kept it. So Stalking Loan is interesting. Essentially, the way this card actually works is you choose a player at secret, or you secretly choose an opponent and you don't tell anyone about it. The way you do that, and I was curious how that worked. The way you do this actually is Post-it note. So I guess Wizards has a Post-it note fetish or something, or you write on a piece of paper and you put it like behind a sleeve or under or whatever. That's how you secretly choose a player, because the obvious thing you could do is just choose a player in your head and then change it decidedly, which you can't do. So Stalking Leonin, interesting card, interesting rules card, and I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. Felnar Sovereign was in here, which I kind of get why. This is just an instant win card, but it's in here because it's a cat. So it's not in here because this is a great card in Commander for winning really quickly. It's in here because it's a cat. Okay? Fuck off. Nazan, again, it's a Voltron deck. I'm going to keep the guy that tutors out an equipment. And I sometimes will get out his hammer because that's my hammer. Jirath Leonin Titan, he's a fucking big cat. Enough said. Prowling Serpapod wasn't in here, and I'm surprised about that. This card is fantastic in this deck. He can't be countered, and creatures you control can't be countered. And he's a 4/3 for 3. This card's amazing. I love it. Pride Sovereign, another card that wasn't here. I kind of get why this one wasn't. This one's really new. Well, I guess so is Prowling Serpent, whatever. He gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control, which sometimes is a lot. And I like that it's a constant effect, so as you cast another cat, he gets stronger. You can exert him to make 2 1/1 white cats, which kind of angers me because they're different from the 2/2 cats, so I have to carry other tokens. But I don't carry tokens anyway. I carry decks of cards. Phantom Nishoba. Love this card. Actually won with this card. It's great. And Quasi Pride Mage, he is essentially another Rec Sage. Rocks. We'll get artifacts, I should say, and then we'll show you the equipments. So Mana Rocks. Run a lot of Mana Rocks in decks, guys. They help you to win. So I'm running the entire Mind Stone family. Whoops, heard something. Running the entire Mind Stone family. So you can draw some stuff. Celia's Signet, which wasn't in the deck. Again, another surprising card that probably should have been in the deck. It's 2 colors, and it's a Signet. It's not expensive, it's not broken, it's a Signet. Soul Ring, which was in the deck, kept it in for obvious reasons. I think Commander Sphere was in this deck, or I added it in. Probably was in this deck. It's a good card. And the equipment, actually we have this, the Herald's Horn. You choose a creature type, cats, duh. They cost 1 less, and at the beginning of upkeep, you can look at the top card of your library. If it's a cat, you put it in your hand. This card's great. I think it's in all the decks, or at least 2 of them. And equipment time. So I kept the Greaves in here. I'm burping a lot, excuse me. Kept the Hero's Blade in here. I put in a Sword of Fire and Ice, and a Sword of Feast of Famine, and a Sword of Light and Shadow. Because I have them. I have the other 2 swords. I can put them in here as well, but then I'm just copying Derevi, and I don't want to do that. So Sword of Fire and Ice, Light and Shadow, and Feast of Famine are probably the better ones to play in here. So, what's the other one? Sword of War and Peace is good, but it doesn't do much. Life gain isn't a real big thing in this deck. As well as Sword of Body and Mind, I think. Yeah, Sword of Body and Mind, which is also good, but it makes wolves, and wolves and cats don't get along. Why would you think some ridiculous thing? Bloodforged Battle Axe, though. I want 20 of these. I just want these, like, I want 80 of them. I want a poster of them. This card is amazingly good. It's a 1-drop equipment that equips for 2, and when you hit a player with it, that's equipped with it, you make another Bloodforged Battle Axe. It's so flavorful and awesome, and I love it. Fire Shrieker is in here because double strike is something. Skull Clamp for draw, and also +1, -1 kind of makes a difference sometimes. Sword of the Animus I kept in here. I even played some Derevi. It's a great card. Heirloom Blade's in here. It's okay. It definitely can be removed for better equipment, but I want to test it some more to see if it can be, you know, better than I think. Argentum Armor I kept in here. +6/+6, and you blow up a permanent. I mean, yes. Hammer of Nazan, because, you know, Nazan is in here, so I got to keep his hammer in here. It's a contract. And the Loxodon Warhammer I kept because it's the Loxodon Warhammer. It's another card I play in Derevi, so it's, you know, it's definitely gonna be good enough for cats. And that is my upgraded Arahbo Meow of the World cat tribal deck. So love this deck. I played with him once or twice, sorry, and it won 1, lost 1, but the one it lost, I at least put up a good fight. This obviously does still need some construction. It's always in flux, and I think it's fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I more than likely will put the list in the on Tapped Out when I get the chance to write one. And I will see you guys later in my videos. But until then,